Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to Livestream Tuesday. This is the time of the week when I go live and see who's online, play through a few videos as well, and just see who's in the house. And we have got people in the house already, so hello Anthony and Jazzcat, who was almost first. Jazzcat is always first pretty much on the analysis videos, but second tonight because Anthony was straight in there. Hello everybody, Laurie's in the house as well, and Laurie is going to be looking over proceedings in the comments section because she's a moderator here and she's the sheriff. So hello to Laurie and everybody else, Greg, Valerie, KADJ as well, hello, and Alexander and Kimberly, Gang of Four. Hi guys, thank you so much, and Rose as well. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and as you come through the door, if you can leave a like, that'd be great as well, because last week we went absolutely crazy with the likes and we got over 200, and I think it was significantly over 200, might have been about 250 or something like that. So thank you guys for tuning in last week and for hitting the like button, and if you can do that tonight as well, that would be great. Anyway, moving on to what we're going to be looking at tonight. I've had a few requests over on Patreon, as well as a little discussion about Cheerios, which I'll let everybody else into later on. But first of all, the agenda tonight, we're going to have one cover, and I'm pretty much on the live streams just going to be doing one cover, just because of the copyrights. When you do two covers, it sometimes can clash, and then people can't see that on catch up later on. So it's going to be just one cover and maybe 3 original videos if I can fit them in, because we had a lot of requests for tonight. And let me just mention that straight away off the bat, we've got a donation of $1 by Alexander, and there's no message with that, but just $1 donation. So thank you so much for that, Alexander. That might be the quickest super chat donation ever on these live streams, so thank you for that $1 donation. That's great. And whilst we're talking about donations and people that make this possible and everything that I do on YouTube possible as well, they are my patrons who are over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and that's where all of these suggestions for tonight's live stream come from. So that's who you can blame for having these videos tonight. And let's just have a look, because Rose has just come in with a $10 donation as well, and she says voting early and voting often. So thank you so much for that, Rose. A really early donation again, and just one of those people who is a serial donator, and again getting into cereals, but we'll get into that later. But anyway, Greg Little as well has just donated $99. Thank you so much for that, Greg. I'm going to quickly get into this video and hopefully you guys will like it. It's going to be my live performance of one of my tracks called Hero, and hopefully this is all going to be fine with the copyrights, because my own music of course is copywritten, so I do get a copyright claim on my own videos because it goes through the publishing company and then comes back to me. At some point I think they'll work out that Wings of Pegasus on YouTube are actually Wings of Pegasus. So hopefully you guys like this one. It's called Hero. As always, I'm going to be in the comment section whilst the videos are playing, so I'll jump in and out and I'll see what's going on with you guys. And if you could leave a like, that would be great, and I'll see you guys straight after this. Rock! And that was my track called Hero. I hope you guys like that. And I'm just going to mention a couple of things, as you might have seen in the super chat. That's got to be a mistake. But first of all, Colette, who donated $6.99. Thank you so much for that. And then we've got Kimber Law, who donated $200. That has got to be crazy. A crazy mistake, but maybe 20 was intended. But thank you so much for that. And she says, play That's Metal shirtless. And that might be coming up later. Well, especially with that donation. I think I've absolutely got to play it at the end. I'll fit that one in. And we've also got Sandra, who has donated $49.99. So a couple of crazy donations there. Thank you so much. And Colette and Greg and Rose as well, and Alexander. And just while I'm mentioning that, we've got Janice as well, who's just come in with $50. Thank you so much for that, Janice. That's just absolutely mental. Thank you guys so much for these super chat donations. This is definitely a record. I've never ever experienced anything like this, but thank you everyone as well for tuning in and just commenting on the videos. And I think we're over 57,000 subscribers now, which is just absolutely amazing as well, because a few weeks ago, I think it might have been 2 weeks ago, I got over 50,000, and then we just seem to have got a lot of traffic recently. So thank you everyone for coming along and hitting the like button and the subscribe button as well. And I had a couple of comments. I'm going to try and remember what they said about, one person said, do I ever use pitch shift or auto tune? And I did a video on this because the auto tune, I don't know whether it's, I think it's auto tune, not pitch shift. It snaps your voice. Basically, the simple answer is no. It snaps your voice to the note. And I think if you spent any time doing production yourself, you can hear it a mile off, because the voice isn't perfect. Even the best singers in the world aren't absolutely spot on the note every time. So when it is, it starts to sound a bit mechanical. And for me, it doesn't really work as well, because I like to put vibrato on my notes, which is where it's not a straight note. Instead of going ah, it goes ah, so it goes up and down. And auto-tune can't really deal with that because it wants to snap it to another note. So another reason why personally I wouldn't use it, and even if I wanted to, I probably wouldn't be able to because of the way that I sing. But if you're just trying to sing straight notes all the time, then it might work for you, but I just don't like the sound. And I think it's just against all of my beliefs, just personally, to use auto-tune. I'd rather just put something out that I can actually do, and do something that's a close representation of what I would do anyway when I'm singing live, because that's what I'm aiming to do as a musician. But anyway, I'm just going to say as well, Alexander has just donated $2 again. That's his second donation, so thank you so much for that, Alexander. And he says, shout out to the Commons family. So here's a shout out to the Commons family. Hello, and I hope you're having a great evening wherever you are. That goes for all of you guys in the comment section. And if you can leave a like, that would be great as well, because last week we did amazingly well with the likes, and we'll see if we can get anywhere close tonight as well. But just hello everybody in the comment section. Eric and Sondi and Nikki and Mary and Nowhere Man 930 and Jazzcat as well, who's still here. And Laurie as well. I'm not sure. I think I saw Kathy, who's the deputy in these parts as well. I think Kathy's around somewhere in the comments section. So hello everybody. And Steve's in the house as well. Hello Steve. And moving on with the show, there's another question in the comments, but I've got to, maybe I should write these down so that I can answer them further on. Oh, it was about my shirt. That's what it was about. My Back to the Future t-shirt, the Sports Almanac. And I got this from a site called truffleshuffle.com, and it's a UK site, I think. And if you know the Goonies, you'll know where Truffle Shuffle comes from. But it's all kind of 80s and 90s and just even 70s, all the old shows. They have really cool shirts that are made up, and generally, I mean, they do kind of generic shirts like, you know, Star Wars and all Indiana Jones, all those kind of 80s movies, but also they do this kind of stuff where you need to have watched the movie and know it quite well in order to get what the clothing is about. So I often shop there and get a few shirts because I like 80s movies and 80s bands, of course, but that's where I got it from. So that's truffleshuffle.com. And just while I'm plugging a website, let me just plug my own patrons, because I want to get their names going across the bottom of the screen, because these are the people that make every single video possible, as well as this live stream, and they are the reason that this is actually running and working, because my live streams used to be rubbish and they would disconnect, whereas now that I've said that, they probably are going to disconnect tonight. But hopefully, fingers crossed, they won't, because my Patreon support has allowed me to buy new software and new hardware as well. So it means that I can make things a lot more consistent and also consistently upload to YouTube every single evening. So thank you guys so much. You know who you are, going across at the bottom of the screen here. Right, I'm going to be moving on to the next cover for this live stream, and this was requested actually not in name by the song, because it was just requested that I did an acoustic vibe for tonight. And this is going to be my cover of a track called To Be With You by a band called Mr. Big, and they have a guitarist that you might know called Paul Gilbert. I'm not sure whether a lot of people will know Paul Gilbert in terms of being a really shred fest type of guitarist, but he's really kind of slowed down into blues nowadays and jazz. But anyway, before I get too sidetracked, this is my cover of To Be With You by Mr. Big. I hope you guys like this. Again, I'm going to be in the comment section, so if you're there and you want to leave a like, that would be great as well, because we want to see if we can try and get over 200 likes for tonight. But I'll see you guys after this, and I hope you guys like it. Rock!
Hold on, little girl, show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl, a broken heart can't be that bad when it's through, it's through. Love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of greens and blues, just to be the next to be with you. Build up your confidence so you can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boys that talk too much? And I've seen it all go down. Your game of love was all rained out. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to hold you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of greens and blues, just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone?
And there we have it. That was my cover of To Be With You by Mr. Big. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And in terms of just talking about Paul Gilbert and that solo, because that solo is a classic case of Paul Gilbert for me in terms of the way that he plays. He's got such fantastic technical ability and he can absolutely melt your face, but then like all the great guitarists, they play a solo for the track and it just sits in there so nicely. So great solo in that track, but a great solo, you know, just all together in terms of the way that it sits in there, and a great track all round. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me just say that we have another donation, and it's Rose again with a $10 donation. Thank you so much for that, Rose. And Rose says, oh, that was a treat. Thanks, Phil. Nice harmony. All you 4 times the difficulty. Yes, all of me. This is the thing, that because I do everything in the videos, I have to sing lots and lots of times, especially with some songs that have almost a gang vocal, and that's what people are used to hearing. So just singing a standard chorus with one voice, it can get a little bit weak, especially, of course, if there's harmony lines. I need to sing those with myself as well. And I saw somebody comment and they say, do I ever argue with myself? And fortunately, no, but if I did, then maybe you'd have to call somebody to get me carted away, because I might go a little bit crazy. But it feels like that sometimes, trying to fit everything in every day. But yeah, music is the chance to actually relax, and especially the analysis videos at night, just watching other players. And last night we had Bo Diddley, and what an artist he was. And I was thinking, just having a track that is your name, I mean, that's a masterstroke, because he then did another track and it was Hey Bo Diddley. So he had Bo Diddley and Hey Bo Diddley. So what a great way to get some promotion for yourself. Just put your name in your songs. So yeah, he really was at the forefront of self-promotion. So yeah, that is a really cool video last night. But check that out if you haven't, and check all of the videos out if you haven't. But you might be there a while, because I think I've done over a year's worth now of every night uploading. So there'll be at least 365 for you to have a little look through. But hopefully, if you do just a few at a time, you might get through them. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And this is the time when I say, if you get a chance, please hit that like button, because we've got 166 people watching at the moment. So maybe we can spike the likes with that many people in the comments section. If everyone hits it, maybe we will get that spike, because that'll be great if you guys can do that. And hopefully we can get up to a little bit more than 200. I don't know. We're at 142 so far, Laurie says. Thank you for the update. We will see where we get. We don't want to get too bogged down with the likes, but if you can just leave one, it really helps the channel to get out there and for more people to discover it as well. And maybe it increases the traffic to all of the videos, the cover videos and my original stuff and the analysis videos. So we will see. I think there is a direct correlation between those things. So thank you guys for hitting that like button. And I'm gonna now put at the end of tonight, the last video will be the That's Metal video. I will queue it up and make sure that you guys can see it. But we're going to be getting into another original now. We're going to have 2 more to finish with, the That's Metal to finish with. But then also we've had a request for Unwanted Stranger by Laurie over on Patreon. And just while I'm talking about Patreon, I'm just going to put a quick link on the screen just in case you guys want to get involved yourselves. And this time I remembered to get rid of the other things so it wasn't obscured. So this is patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And I always hop on there just before I do the live stream, maybe 45 minutes before, maybe half an hour, depending on how late my teaching has finished earlier in the day. But that's the site where you can just suggest what you want to hear. And pretty much you can suggest anything over there as well. The analysis videos, even though I do check all the comments on the YouTube channel and write down everything so that all of those suggestions do make it onto a list, but I also make notes, of course, on Patreon as well. And on Patreon you can direct message me. That's where to go if you want to just get in contact with me instantly, because I'm on Patreon every night. So anyway, that's the site if you want to head over to there. Thank you. Those are the names of the people that are already over there, and they're the reason that this is happening tonight. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Just looking, we've got Jolene and Mike and Alexander and Mary, and we have Shut the Muck Up somewhere. I haven't seen any comment from him because he is our t-shirt man, and he was here last time as well. I'm going to be looking in the comment section now for Shut the Muck Up, and obviously it's one of those unique usernames that really does stand out, but I might see him in the comment section further on during this video. So anyway, getting back to the video, not getting sidetracked, this was requested by Laurie, and this was my original track called Unwanted Stranger. It still is my original track called Unwanted Stranger. This is available on my album, but I'll plug that afterwards and we'll get into some music. So I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Told me something about you that I didn't want to know. Look me right in the eye and then you placed your head on my shoulder. This position that you put me in, you're on a mission to take my world from around me. Wide awake, I worry my brain. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Anticipating, girl, come on, make up your mind. Night of passion became a nightmare. When the flood arrived, I realized what a fool I've been. You don't even know me, so how could you love me? Let alone care for this someone is stranger. Forget about the life that I dreamed of. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind. Repercussions and consequences. Should've known better. Wish I never met her. True to the letter, I'll never forget her. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind.
And that was my track called Unwanted Stranger. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. That's available on my album called Persistence, and that's on iTunes and Amazon and my website, which is just wingsofpegasus.com and /store in order to get to the album. There's the Running Blind single on there as well, and there's t-shirts, and just while I'm talking about t-shirts, Shut the Muck Up, who is in charge of making the t-shirts, well, the new t-shirts actually for the USA, and they're only going to be available in the USA, and I'm aiming to get that all sorted out tomorrow because Wednesday is a day off for me for my teaching, so it means that I'll be able to get it updated on the website. So if you guys check the website tomorrow, hopefully we'll have an image there and you can add a new t-shirt to your cart. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to say Mike. I won't mention his second name just in case he wants to stay anonymous on these live streams, but Mike, who is Shut the Muck Up in the comment section. He's in charge of designing and doing those t-shirts, so a big thank you to him. And I know that sometimes it takes me a little while to respond to emails, because especially with YouTube and all the messages that I do get, it seems like emails is the thing that takes longest for me to get to. But hopefully, as I said, tomorrow that'll all be sorted out with the t-shirts, and by next week's live stream you'll be able to go there and buy t-shirts. Unfortunately at the moment only in the USA, but if you are in the USA and you're watching this, then you are quids in. So thank you guys for tuning in, and if you get a chance, please hit that like button on this live stream. We've got 162 watching, so we might be able to spike those likes. I'm just looking down the list. We've got Kimberly in the house, KADJ, Eric, Mike, Mona Jones, Last Day 7. And Last Day 7 says, Phil, what is the background song? That's just me, just messing around. I think I played maybe 4 or 8 bars. I can't remember how long I was playing for, but just something that's a generic loop of just throwing together, what did I do? Maybe a D and an A and a G, just something to have in the background. So again, the other thing about YouTube is with the copyrights, a lot of people take other people's songs and use them as background music, and they get into a little bit of bother through that. So I just do it doesn't take me long just to knock up a quick backing track, so I just do that and put it on the live stream. So it's just me playing in the background. So anyway, thank you guys for all the comments on the analysis videos as well, all the likes, and especially everybody watching tonight, and all the comments that you make in these live streams, because the comment section on these live streams is just a great place to be, because we don't actually have too many trolls, or at least not that I can see. Maybe that's just Laurie doing a great job in there, and Kathy as well, just policing it. But I think we've got quite a good bunch of people here, and I do occasionally get a few trolls on the channel, but I think I'm actually really lucky in that I don't really get many, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 every week, so it's not too bad, it's okay. But some of them are hilarious, because one guy was saying how the video that I did that he was commenting on, he said, why did you do it like this? Why didn't you do it how I wanted you to do it? And I thought, well, how do I know how you want me to do it, and then how do I do it like that? So you do get these really funny criticisms from people that because you haven't done the video the way they wanted you to do, it's just really complicated trying to work out what they're trying to say. But it is quite entertaining to watch and to read these comments. And I'm just going to say quickly, because we've had a super chat donation, and let's get the comments up on screen as well, because I forgot to post them back up, so everything's back in order now. And Rose has just donated $5 straight after donating $10 again, so thank you, Rose. And she says, do you teach in your studio or elsewhere? And I used to actually travel around in Maidenhead, which is the town that I live in, and teach people at their houses. But then the more music, and especially now the more things that are kind of taking off, I'm spending a lot more time on music and analysis videos and doing all those kind of things, so I don't have time to travel away. And the other problem about traveling is the cost of petrol, but also it means that if you're traveling, if you do a half-an-hour lesson, it might be 15 minutes there and 15 minutes back, and it means that that's a lesson's worth that you've now missed out on because you're traveling. So now I just do everything from here. This is where I teach, and it just makes it a lot simpler and a lot more efficient as well. So fortunately, it's one of those cases that now, with the support that I've got on Patreon, which is just amazing, and donations like this, means that I can spend less time teaching. And if I do have a cancellation or something, it's now not the end of the world, whereas before I'd be counting my money every month and realise that actually I'm going to struggle to pay rent, or I'm going to struggle to have enough money to buy things that I need every month. So having these kind of donations really are amazing. So a massive thank you to everyone who's donated tonight, and Rose as well, who's just done those 2 donations in a row. So thank you guys so much. Massive shout out to my patrons again at the bottom of the screen. Anyway, I'm now probably going to get into playing the last video of the night. I was going to talk about something else that I've totally forgotten about, but maybe I'm going to be able to remember it before the end of this video, because this is the problem when I go live. I just start talking about absolute rubbish and get totally sidetracked with other things. But that doesn't matter as long as everyone's having a good time, and hopefully everybody is in the comment section. Oh, it was about the trolls. I just reminded myself. And the one thing about trolls is that if they are commenting on a particular video, they're trying to look down on you, or at least talk down to you. But what I find is that the trolls always make spelling errors in their comments. So it doesn't even come across well that they're more intelligent, because the classic comment is they spell your A and then put whatever word you want to put in there. But they always spell your Y-O-U-R, which means mine. So it doesn't even make sense. So I always try and correct them and say it's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, as in you are, as in I am. So if you are going to be a troll, please at least get the spelling right so that it makes sense when somebody's trying to understand the put down that you're trying to give to them. But anyway, as I said, it is entertaining reading some of these comments. It's great, but I love it when those kind of people make mistakes, because it gives me the higher ground. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in and for getting involved. And Laurie's just mentioned the Cheerios, which I mentioned earlier on Patreon, because I always say that people in this live stream especially are serial donators and, well, serial commenters, as you all are, because they just do it all the time. Whereas then we got into cereals like Cheerios, and I said the last time I had a bowl of Cheerios, I poured it out and I had a bug in it. Unbelievable. So I haven't had Cheerios in about 3 or 4 months now, and I've moved over to porridge because that's a lot more consistent for the lack of insects that are included in it. And I'm sure I was just really unlucky, and that Cheerios are great most of the time. It's the only time that it's happened in my life, but it kind of has put me off Cheerios, at least for the moment. Unless Cheerios, or I don't know who make Cheerios, is it Kellogg's? Maybe they're a cereal brand, but if they get in touch and they want to sponsor me and give me free Cheerios, that's absolutely fine, as long as there's no bugs in it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to be getting into the last video now, which you all know what it will be. If you get a chance to hit that like button, please do. That'd be massively appreciated. We've got 172 people in the house in the comment section at the moment, so if you could spike those likes, that'd be great. I'm not sure how many likes we're up to. If somebody can give me an update in the comment section, that would be great, and I'll have a little look at that while this video is playing. This video, I'm going to give you a little warning before, because it does include me playing topless. It's a track called That's Metal to My Ears, and it's one of those tracks that on the album, it is a standalone track, because I wanted to do a track that tried to encapsulate everything in metal music in the 80s, which meant that you have to be topless, you have to be doing something absolutely crazy, you've got to have a crazy guitar solo in there, you've got to have harmony vocals. And anyway, I put all of that into the melting pot, and this video and song is what I came up with. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And just before I get into the video, I'm just going to mention in the super chats, Launch One says your comment on trolls is worth $5. Laugh my ass off. Which is fine to say in the UK. I'm not sure if that's okay in the USA, but hopefully it is, because here it's just not a bad word at all. You can say that fine. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation, that $5. And we're going to be getting into the next video now. So as I said, everything about the 80s hard rock and kind of glam, but not really glam, it's just really hard rock, and maybe a little bit of 80s metal in there as well. This is my track called That's Metal to My Ears, and this was requested, so don't blame me if you don't want to see this. But anyway, I'll be in the comment section as always. I'll see you guys after this, and just look away for a few minutes if you don't want to see me topless just doing lots of crazy metal type things. But I hope you guys like it anyway. I'll see you guys after this. Rock. And there we have it. So I hope you're happy that you made me play that video. I hope you enjoyed that. That's my track called That's Metal, and a few comments going down the screen. Somebody said, am I still that cut? In terms of what that means is if you train, it means keeping your body fat percentage low so then you look lean. And fortunately at the moment I think 7 or 8 weeks into training, and for that video I did I think 6 weeks. So fortunately, fingers crossed, I'm still at the same place, but I was a lot younger back then. That was quite a few years ago now, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And I also had a slightly bigger haircut. In terms of now, you might be able to see the sides aren't really as puffed out because I have an undercut, so it now falls down straight because my hair just gets ridiculously massive if I don't free some space underneath this fringe. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and for these I'm just gonna have to look at these live stream super chat donations because we had one. Let me just go up. I'm gonna have to scroll up. That's how crazy it is. Thank you so much. We had Ceci who donated $4.99, and the comment was Bo Diddley and the Duchess. So that was from last night's video. Check that one out if you get a chance, because that is a really cool video to look at. Bo Diddley back in 1965, I think it was. And then we had Mona Jones who's donated $9.99 and says thanks for the body shot. So thank you, Mona, for the donation. No problem. It just is one of those things that if it does get requested, I'm probably going to be able to play it here, especially if it's my original stuff, because obviously I own all the copyrights, so it's very easy to play it on this Tuesday night. But thank you. And then we have Rose again, who's donated $10. Rose has donated about 20 million times tonight, so thank you so much for that, Rose. And she says, everyone's wearing jackets, you must have been freezing your heavos off. Yeah, it was cold because it was the end of the year, which it starts to get pretty cold here, and that was at Piccadilly Circus. If you've been to London, you probably know where that is. It's just where everything converges, really. And you've got the massive advertising lights there. And yeah, it was pretty cold, and it was raining as well, so we had to kind of wait for the rain to stop because obviously it would get on the lens. So we just had to wait standing there. Obviously I didn't stay topless whilst we were waiting, but then as soon as there's a chance to shoot the video, then we just went and did the video and just got it done, and that was it. So yeah, fun was had by all, and the great thing is that music brings everybody together, and everyone was getting into it. You saw that we had Darth Vader in there, and some of the mimes who are supposed to be keeping still, but they get into it as well. And a lot of people ask about the rights to film in a public place and all that kind of stuff, and I'm not even sure what the laws are. I think you're supposed to get permission, but the police that were there were getting into it as well. So I think that if it's not hurting anybody and everyone's having a good time, then why not just let it happen? Because there's nothing wrong with just playing music, just everybody getting into it, having a great time. And if the police are getting into it, then it can't be that bad. And especially if Darth Vader's getting into it, then that is the ultimate just thumbs up for that particular music that's happening at that time. But anyway, thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. If you can hit the thumbs up, that'd be great. And we've got Brad in the house as well. He's a serial donator and one of those guys that's been around for quite a long time. So hello, Brad, thanks for tuning in. And let me just continue on with these donations, because Janice gave $25 as well during those crazy donations, those 3 or 4 that we just had, and she said that was worth it, don't take offense. So thank you for that, Janice, and for all those other donations. And I think I probably won't be doing another video like that in a while. I think also the problem in the UK is that I have a lot of comments, especially from guys, that say, oh my god, you need to get a tan, what's wrong with you? But in the UK, just try and get a tan. It is impossible because the sun is never out. There's always clouds in the way, and like you could see in that video, it's raining quite a lot of the time. and very occasionally the sun will be out, but it's rarely hot enough to actually change your skin color unless you just really go for it when the sun is out and you're not working, you don't have a job and you can actually go out and sunbathe. Then you might be able to get a little bit of a tan, but it'll probably go in about a month or two. So I don't really place too much of a priority on tanning, more on the music. But hopefully you guys liked that video and the other videos that I've played tonight. We've had a few originals, 3 of those, and also that Mr. Big cover that I did, To Be With You, as well. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Anyway, guys, I think it's going to be time to call it a day. Let's see how many likes we've got. If somebody can update me to the like situation, I might have to stay on for a little bit longer just to see if we can get over 200, because that's always the target for Tuesday nights. If you can spike those likes, if you get a chance, then hit that thumbs up. That would be great. And it looks like we've got 249. Is that correct? So we've already gone past 200. Why didn't somebody say that we've gone past 200? Maybe somebody did, and I was just waffling on and didn't even notice that we've gone past 250 likes. Thank you guys so much for getting that number up that high. Thank you. And if you want to hit that like now, you can. If you're watching this on catch up in the future, you can still hit that like button and you can still comment. It really does help the videos on this channel to get spread around a little bit more. And this is the great thing. And going back to when I was saying about trolls on the channel, this is the great thing that so many people watch this channel. Like I said, 57,000 subscribers now, but also there are so many musicians that I have covered that also watch. And it's great that when people say to me, who cares about your opinion and all that kind of stuff, I can just list so many cool people that actually watch this channel. And just on that, hopefully maybe next month I'll be able to do a video with Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cults, because Buck's such a cool guy. I met up with him when he was on his UK tour here. That was a few months ago now, but I did a video on that on Patreon, and you know, Buck just did something on his phone as well, and I got that footage from him as well. I said, that footage that you got on your phone of us together, I'm going to steal that and use it. But anyway, so Buck is very much such a cool guy that he said, anything you want to do on the channel, we can do something, maybe a call or maybe an analysis. What I'd love to do is an analysis of Buck's playing with Buck. So actually asking him about the techniques and about these things that I'd point out about other players. It'd be great to get the feedback from the guy actually live so that I can talk to him. But fingers crossed, I'll be able to get something. Maybe if me and Buck are free at the same time, we can do something next month and get that up on the channel, because that would be super cool to be able to do that. But like I said, so many players, great players that watch the channel, so I want to say a massive thank you to them. I'm not sure whether they have enough time to watch live streams, but just the people that have contacted me, you know, Steve Stevens recently, who is now following me on Instagram. We follow each other. We've got so many people, Justin Johnson as well, who watched the channel, and then I did a video on him, so it's great that he was already watching and then got to watch himself. So that was great. Justin Johnson, he plays a shovel. He's got so many cool guitars. Check him out on YouTube if you get a chance. And I'm just going to interrupt myself because we have Leonard Duke, who is a serial donator. He has just donated $10. Thank you so much for that, Leonard. And I don't think there is a message with that. No, it's just a straight up donation. So thank you for that, Leonard. Massively appreciated all of the donations tonight. Absolutely crazy donations tonight. Thank you guys so much. And also the patrons that always go across the bottom of the screen throughout this whole live stream. Thank you guys for your support. And a lot of the patrons are actually here tonight, and even though they shouldn't, they do donate in the super chat too. So thank you guys. You know who you are. And hopefully in the future, if everything goes well with Buck's video, if we can get together and do that, maybe I can get in touch with some of the other people that I'm in contact with, like maybe Justin and guys, as I said, Steve Stevens, who's in there. Also, we've got so many different people. I don't want to start listing them because it just sounds like, oh, look at all the people who are checking out my channel. But it's just really cool, you know, to have those kind of people. We've got Marty Friedman as well. He's messaged me. But these great guitarists that I look at, and sometimes the guitarists that I do look at aren't that well known. And a lot of people, I think, enjoy finding out about new guitarists and new artists so that they can go and listen to their stuff and maybe add it to their playlist. And this is also the thing that I've been doing this for a year every night. And it just so happens that sometimes, like with Elvis and the Beatles and the Everly Brothers and Bo Diddley, that you get into this little part of the request list where it's all from a particular time, because it might have been one video that might have been in the mid 60s, and then somebody would suggest the Rolling Stones, and then that's why all the videos tend to be around that period for maybe 4 or 5 videos. And somebody did say, why don't you focus on new artists? There are loads of videos on new bands and new artists on this channel. You just have to look around for them. We've got, you know, Taj Farron there, who's 9 years old, so we go all the way to pretty much the next up and coming stars that you'll see. We had Liliac here as well, and The Wanted. There's so many great young bands and players, and I do cover them on this channel, so just have a little look around if you want to see something a little bit more recent. But that's the great thing about music, is that you can just check it out from all over the place, all of the years. I love looking back at 40s, 50s and 60s because they laid the foundation for everything that then came later. But let's get into the super chat again, guys. Thank you so much. We had Gary, who's donated $10. Thank you, Gary. And then Carla, who donated $9.99, and I think she was part of the reason that That's Metal got played, so you can blame Carla for that. And we also have Jason, who's donated $5, and he says, next set of strings for you. So thank you, Jason, for that. I will go and buy some strings, maybe, because I've got 2 acoustics and I don't actually know how many guitars I've got because Fender just sent me a new one. So, and by the way, Mario, who I did see in the comment section there somewhere, he sent me a rather nice guitar, the Ibanez Steve Vai signature gem. So it's just like amazing that he sent that to me, and I actually put new strings on that pretty recently. But thank you so much for that donation, Jason. And Laurie has just pitched in with a $9.99, and she says, stay the night, just kidding. So thank you for that, Laurie. We've got 181 people in the house. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you can hit the like button, that'd be great. Can we get a final spike the like for this live stream? Because I think we're over 250 likes now. Maybe it will get close to 300. I don't know. Maybe if you're watching this in the future and it isn't there, you can be the person that makes the 300th like. But thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in. I'm going to have to call this a night now because it's getting towards 1 a.m. here, and I've still got to go over onto Patreon, just check everything's okay over there, and the emails and Facebook and Instagram. Somehow people just comment all over the place and contact me in loads of different social media areas, so I have to hop to every single site and make sure that it's all okay. And also the contact us section on the website, I get quite a few messages on there as well, but I try to get through everything. I make sure that everything I do read eventually. And on YouTube, just to show that I've read your comment, I do hit the thumbs up and the like, love button, whatever that is, just to show that I do look through all of the comments and make a note of every single suggestion. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. It looks like we're 15 away from 300. Let's see if we can maybe do that in the next couple of minutes. If we can just have a thumbs up. I'm sure a lot of the people in the comment section have already hit the like button, so trying to get another like is going to be impossible from those people. But if there are any new people in the comments section who haven't hit the like button, if you can do that now, that would be fantastic, because we might get up to 300. But I'm not sure whether it's going to be possible because it's really late here. I'm probably gonna have to call it a day. 292. We need 8 people before we get to 300. It might be somebody who's watching it on catch up that gets the 300 like 295. I'm gradually watching these comments, gradually getting higher and higher. 300 would be the new record, KADJ has said. So whoever is out there to hit the like button, you can be the reason that we got a new record, a new all-time record for this live stream. 298, 299. We need one more person. This is, the suspense is, I'm sure, killing everybody in the comment section. I'm not sure whether we've got to 300 or that is just a bluff by somebody just spreading lies in the comment section. Let's see, have we made it? Maybe we should get maybe one or two more just to make sure that it is 300, but I think maybe we got to it. So thank you guys so much, and we did it within the 2 minutes. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. It is really important for these videos, especially the live stream, because this is something that is different to the analysis videos and all the videos that I put out there, my music videos, but cover videos as well. So having people tuning in the live stream is fantastic, because it means I actually get to talk to you guys and see your comments live. And also, again, massive thank you to the donations we've had tonight, because it's been going absolutely crazy on the super chat donations. So everybody in there, thank you so much. You know who you are. And also all the patrons' names that go across the bottom of the screen for the whole video. Thank you guys for your support over on Patreon. And the names on Patreon are also included on the videos that I do, the cover videos. So that's why at the end of the cover videos you can sometimes see, well, actually always see those names that are running up the screen, because those are the name of my patrons and these are the names of my patrons. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to say good night now. Thank you everyone who hit that like button. You can keep doing that if you like. And I will see you guys at the next analysis video, which will be tomorrow night, in the comments section. And if I don't see you there, I'm going to be here the same time, same place next week for the live stream Tuesday, where we'll have a few new videos and I'll take requests on that. But if you want anybody to be analysed in the normal videos that I do 6 times a week, then you can just leave a comment in the YouTube section, comment section of YouTube, and I'll check those out and I'll make a note of them, and hopefully I'll get to them sometime soon. I have got a lot of suggestions to get through, but hopefully you will see yours up there if you do suggest it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm now going to call it a night. I hope you have a great night wherever you are, or a great day depending on what the time is, but I will catch you guys in the comments section and I will see you guys later. Catch you later. Rock.